Hello, I'm Michael Hall. I'm one of the design engineers at Zipp, and this project we're launching today is the new 303. But the story for the new 303 actually began like 3 years ago, when the what was then the Team CSC come to Zipp and said, "Hey, we're riding your wheels at all the other races. We feel the benefits. We need a wheel set to ride at Paris-Roubaix. There's many kilometers before you actually hit the cobbles, and we need a wheel that's efficient up until that point so our guys are fresh when they hit the cobbles." So we began designing a wheel set to basically race at Roubaix. In the initial testing, it didn't go so well. It's actually quite surprising. I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to Roubaix, but the cobbles are quite shocking. We went there with what we thought was a pretty good product, and within probably 30 minutes we had broken about 15 rims, all of different laminates. We would try different things. So we went back to Speedway, Indiana, and went about redesigning, starting from scratch, and that's actually where I know last year we talked a lot about the carbon bridge technology. That's where that carbon bridge technology actually begun, was during that Roubaix testing with Team CSC. And so that actually went pretty well. We learned a lot. In the end, we didn't actually make the race that year, but we learned a lot, and that rolled into all of our production line. The next year, actually last year, we actually rolled out with Team CSC and Slipstream, and the Slipstream guys all rode carbon rims. The CSC guys, then they had actually come off of a couple wins, and they really didn't want to change anything. So unfortunately, we didn't get on their bikes. But we're slowly winning over the pro peloton and teaching these guys that you can run carbon wheels at Roubaix. So that was last year. We had all the felt Slipstream guys finish on the carbon rims. Actually had Martin finish 4th last year, which I believe is the highest finish ever at that time for a carbon wheel set. You know, I don't know if you guys follow our line, but the 303 was the last of the models that we actually had hybrid toroidal. So this past summer, when we were going about redesigning this rim, we said, okay, we have a 202, which is a nice hill climbing wheel set. We have the 404 with this awesome aero. We still have this project, this thing we still want to conquer, this Paris-Roubaix. And what we did was, we said, okay, let's shift gears with this new 303. Let's make a cross-specific, classic style rim. So basically, we went back and we redesigned the wheel set from scratch. Basically, you see we've now gone to a hybrid toroidal, or away from the hybrid toroidal to a full toroidal profile. We basically increased the tire bed width to support the larger tires, and actually, in the process of this design project, we actually accomplished multiple things. So what we really wanted to do was come up with a wheel set that was comfortable with the cobbles that those guys were comfortable racing at Roubaix, but we also wanted an aerodynamic wheel. So what we found in doing wind tunnel testing and endurance testing, that we actually have both. This new 303 wheel set actually performs very well with 21mm tires and 23s, as well as the 25s and 27s that they run at Roubaix. So what we're unveiling today is the new 303 wheel set. It's kind of a more specialized wheel set for Zipp. It's kind of, like I said, classics, Roubaix style, but it also performs very well with a 21, 23. So all you guys want a nice aero wheel set that's lighter weight than some of the other guys. We now offer a 303 depth wheel set that basically fits all your needs for whatever riding you want to do. So I'm going to turn it over to Andy Paskins. One more thing I'm going to just mention. This is the 303 with the 21 here. I do have a bike, my personal bike in the back, that I have fitted with the 27s, and you can see that all the how well everything blends in to even the 27, because it was actually designed around the 27, and it was a bonus that everything worked well with the 21s and everything once we started testing. So I'll let Andy Paskins talk a little bit more about the new 303. So here we go.
Thank you, Michael. Just to kind of close the loop on Michael's story, we had 3 of the pro teams on the product for the classics. Tor Hushoff won at bulk on the prototype. Martin Mascant got 4th at Flanders on the 303 prototype. And then last week at Roubaix, Tor actually rode the 303 for half the race. He had a bike change due to, I think it was a brake issue, about halfway through. And he finished the race, grabbed 3rd on the 202, which is our lightweight climbing wheel set. So for Roubaix, we had no rims break and a podium, and a 7th, I believe, with so great results for this product. Just to close out on some of the other details, Michael mentioned rim width. So we go from a 22.4 rim width to a 27.5 aero rim width. So that aids a lot in the aerodynamics of the rim. It also helps with comfort. So Michael talked about comfort. That wider rim adds kind of a leaf spring effect, if you will. And what we're hearing back from the pro teams is, hey, I'm more fresh. I feel better than everyone else in the race. We also think that'll play out well in triathlon. You have a long 4 hours on the bike. You come off the bike a little fresher, ready for the run. So. In terms of rim width, it goes from a rim depth, we go from 44.1 to 45, so it's slightly deeper, again aiding slightly in aerodynamics. The other cool story with this rim is at the edge of the tire bed, we go from a 1.3 millimeter radius to, 1.5 millimeter radius to a 3 millimeter radius. So that helps with aerodynamics. It also helps with impact resistance and really preventing pinch flats by adding material there to the outside of the rim. So in terms of the tire bed, the old 303 was 20.3 millimeters at the tire bed. The new one is actually 25.4 millimeters at the tire bed. So we talked a little bit about cyclocross. We think cyclocross tires are going to mount up very nicely in the 24-24 spoke count iteration of the 303. The road race iteration is laced 18-24. Other highlights, this wheel comes in at the same weight as the prior version of the 303. So 1182? 1182. Full carbon bridge, like all of our carbon wheels. Has higher torsional stiffness, so it performs very well, but actually relaxed radial stiffness, so it's more comfortable. All the 303s feature the new hub, the 88 front hub and the 188 rear hub, which we launched at Eurobike last year. It also has the angled brake track, as Michael mentioned, so we're finding that not only does it provide better aerodynamics, but it provides better brake modulation. So I hope all of you can experience that on the ride tomorrow, or hook up with me today for the ride. Cool thing about this is they start shipping on Monday. So available right away through your independent bicycle dealer. The 23 millimeter tire is also available right away. Available in, like I said, the 18-24 version. We'll have a 24-24 cyclocross version, a Clydesdale version, Power Tap, and then Z-Tech, which is our full wheel customization. Any color decal, several different colors of hubs.